Welcome to BTP. We are back here again, after one whole year to the BTP program. Now, a lot of people have been asking me what is the timeline of the calls. So I've just put the timeline here. So IIM ABC calls, you can expect somewhere around mid of January. Normally, the interviews happen somewhere between, it typically goes on for ABC till the March 15th, and the result comes out by the second week of April. So that's about ABC. IIM Lucknow last year gave out the call in the very first week of January because last year the CAT results were out by somewhere about the last week of before the last week of December itself. So Lucknow calls had been out by January first week, and by January third week, Lucknow had finished off its interview. The result comes out by April second week. IIM Rohtak among the IIMs were the first to start their interviews last year, and January first week they gave the calls, and by January second week they started the interview. By April second week, they came out with the result. On the other hand, IIM Indore, Kozhikode, and Shillong by January third week only came out with their results. And February second week onwards, till April 15th, the interviews went through. So there were Indore interviews and all happening in the month of April as well. And the result came out in the month of May. Now, keep in mind, Kozhikode will come out with a stage 1 call. And that stage 1 call is not your interview call. That call is basically rolled out to about 30,000 people, and you're supposed to fill in all the details in that call and submit that form. If you don't submit that form, you will not get the call for the second stage, which is basically the interview and the GD process. So keep a watch on the Kozhikode first stage form. As soon as you get it, however low your scores may be, please make sure that you fill it up, because if you don't fill it up, you have no chance of getting a call. Okay, so that's how it works. The new IIM called the CAP interview. So somewhere in about Jan third week, you will get the call dates, and the result will come out by May. SPGen profile-based call you can expect by December end. January third week and February second week are the interview dates. You can choose whichever interview dates you want. I would suggest you, if you're not confident for the interview, pick up February second week. There is no way that it's going to affect your interview. March third week is by when the result comes out. Score-based call, on the other hand, will be only rolled out after the CAT result is out and they evaluate your CAT scores. So it would be by January second week that it comes out. February second week, you can have the interview, and March third week is when you will have the result date. Narsi Monji's result will come by January second week. January end to February 10th, they will finish off the interview. They'll be the first ones to come out with the interview call, and that will be on March, somewhere about second week. Symbiosis, again, January third week. February first week, the interviews will get over by about 10th or so. And then March third week, the result will be rolled out. Apart from IIFT, which we have no idea about, and IIM Mumbai, for which the call dates we are still not sure, because this time it's going to be a different process. We can't say when the calls will come out, but rest of all the calls I've mentioned here, you can have a look. Probably if you want, you can take a screenshot so that you are clear as to when you can expect these calls and when the interview dates will be and the result. Now, what's more important out here now is that you will see that some of these calls like IIM Lucknow, Narsi Monji, Symbiosis, you have calls like SPGen if you're going to go for the January third week interview round, or even IIM Rohtak, which came out very early last time. You can expect some of the calls being rolled out early, interviews being conducted early, and interviews are staggered after that up till the month of April. So it is important that you start your GDPI preparation now, because you will not have any time at the last moment to prepare for these interviews. Okay, and these interview preparations are going to be hectic. Don't even think that if you get a 99.99, you will 100% convert IIMA. We have seen lots of people with 99.99 percentile who have not converted IIMA. Okay, so it will depend on how good you give the interview and how well you can actually go ahead and crack these interview. It depends entirely on your preparation. Okay, so make sure you are starting to prepare if you have already reached a good score and you're looking forward to crack one of those big calls.